Welcome back everyone to the SLTV Season 12 Qualifiers, or Star Series Qualifiers. It is Balkan Bears Corleone versus XX5 Dota. It is a best of 3 series, but BBC, after XX5 got a pretty huge lead to begin with, BBC managed to come back, and now the draft looks completely different from game number 1. Vengeful Spirit plus a Medusa, the first picks for BBC, whereas a Troll Warlord and the Magnus slip through the pool into the hands of the Russian team. Bans though IO, as well as the Axe IO ban. Not too sure about that. Didn't see that last game around, or last time around. Definitely a strong hero. Not too sure I've seen BBC play that hero too much though. Now though, just Balkan Bears bans themselves, kind of the same. Juggernaut plus, as of course a Lina also removed there. So Lina still kind of a respect ban against XX5 Kingar specifically. But now anti-mage removed. Wouldn't be too surprised if we also saw that Nyx Assassin as that 4th ban coming out from BBC to make sure Medusa's mana shield has as much value as it possibly can. So for now, looking at what XX5 have in store for us with their bans here. Batrider will be taken out. Massacre definitely played a pretty good game last time around, even though he was facing a Disruptor as well as a Vengeful Spirit. Found the correct targets, found the openings, and well, what do we know? Nyx Assassin is banned out by BBC. A shocker, guys. Absolutely shocking, I know, right? But XX5, one more ban necessary. Maybe, there's a tiny chance that BBC will be whipping out that Ogre Magi. It's not a popular hero at all anymore, but Ogre plus Vengeful plus Medusa, or let's just say Ogre plus Vengeful means a badass Medusa. Just because you're gonna have the Vengeance Aura, you're gonna have the Bloodlust for extra attack speed, also extra movement speed, not too bad at all. Then again, Balkan Bears might be trying to go for more of a like zoning type of support, possibly maybe even a Disruptor for themselves. Although Levy is not around, usually the Disruptor player for BBC. So BBC still are running with 2 stand-ins, unfortunately for them. But looks like at least the end result of game number 1 didn't matter at all for them. But it will be an Ancient Apparition by the end of things. So XX5 might see a Dazzle getting picked up. Witch Doctor, of course, definitely not a bad choice. I still, ever since Magnus came out in Dota 2, I've wanted to see a Magnus plus that Witch Doctor Maledict combination. But it just hasn't happened. Maledict, of course, wasn't the greatest. Did get buffed, I don't know, a pretty long time ago by now. But it could be just so massive. Reverse Polarity, but Maledict. Paralyzing Cask following up Reverse Polarity anyway is pretty decent. At the moment though, Lion was the pick instead. So Reverse Polarity into Reverse Spike. Massive lockdown durations, of course, but BBC, what may they pick up now? I guess even like an Omni Knight might not be too horrible of a pickup. Just there is quite a lot of physical damage coming out from the Troll, of course. Magical from the Lion. And Troll is a decent diffusal carrier, to be honest. And well, now thinking about it, you may not want to force your enemy to go into diffusal when you're having a Medusa on your own team. And although, even if it's not like illusion based and might not get the most mana burn, any kind of mana burn is bad against, or is bad for the Medusa, that is. But Faceless Void was the pick for BBC. Don't know yet whether it's gonna be an offlane Void or if Padrino will handle that in the safe lane, but XX5, they do go for the Witch Doctor, so guys, the hopes are alive for a Reverse Polarity Maledict for me. But I really like their supports. Solid ones, both. BBC though, it's not like Vengeful Spirit is a bad support, definitely up there with the title of one of the best supports. Probably the 3 supports that we're seeing at the moment are the 3 most popular ones as well for now. Skyroth Mage though, could it be a pick now for BBC? Man, it is a great combination with the Faceless Void, of course. But if not, what else could they pick up? I guess like a Shadow Shaman, possibly? Mass Serpent Wars can definitely be nice. Maybe Biapsor wants to get himself an Abaddon. Remove disables with a Photic Shield. Keep people alive with Mist Coil and whatnot. Also, Abaddon as a support To be honest, you can still get bursted down before your ultimate even activates by like a Finger of Death or something, so I guess maybe not the greatest of choices here. But they will go for the Enigma, so going a little bit greedy. XX5, how do they choose to ban now as the fifth ban? Just because it might actually be a lane Enigma, not a jungle one. It really depends on BBC, how comfortable do they feel. Then again, having a 1-game lead, I guess they need not be too afraid of really, let's say, anything. We'll see. I mean, definitely they have some pretty massive ultimates for now. Chrono, Stone Gates, as well as the Enigma Black Hole. Black Hole, of course, definitely the biggest one of them, because first of all, it's the longest cooldown and possibly the hardest to hit properly as well. But if Yapsor is playing the Enigma, I have full faith in his capabilities on the hero, as Ember Spirit is the last ban, so they're almost certain that this Enigma will not be a laning Enigma. And to be honest, just Enigma can do so much better in the jungle. I mean, he can farm faster in the jungle than people could on lane, to be honest, if he gets the perfect route going. And on the dire side, I believe it's a little bit better to go for like a special route as well or something. As last ban from BBC themselves. At the moment, XX5, they have a mid laner. I think Magnus is going to be mid lane, troll safe. To be honest, it might be a troll aggressive try up against, well, really whatever BBC will have on the safe lane. And considering that the Enigma will be in the jungle, BBC might not have an easy time at all on that lane. So the laning might suffer quite heavily from BBC. I mean, if you send the Medusa mid lane, what can a Medusa actually do against the Magnus? It's not that much. I mean, Magnus also has the shockwave to keep on farming up if need be. Magnus shouldn't be able to kill off Medusa in return unless there's a really good skewer back under the tower or something. Or of course, Lion plus Witch Doctor rotating around, but the Lion and Witch Doctor, if they go for an aggressive tri lane, they can just quite easily even try to go and harass the Enigma in the jungle. So BBC, maybe they are gonna throw a curveball at us and send the Enigma off lane. I guess even Enigma safe lane with like a Faceless Void off lane wouldn't be too horrible here. It really depends on if XX5 actually do go for the aggressive try, but if they do, oh god, it's a double-edged sword. If you deny your creeps, yes, you're gonna be constantly under their own tower, but then again, it's gonna mean your creep wave dies faster, and there's gonna be a bigger creep wave from XX5 coming towards your tower, which means easier tower dives for them. Just because the creeps will be tanking up the tower for quite a bit. But XX5, more AoE possibly, maybe something like a Gyrocopter wouldn't be a horrible idea. Cooldown to follow, Rocket Barrage, decent, pretty good early game as well. If not, Queen of Pain, I think once again might be a good pick for them. Might even run like a safe lane Queen of Pain, but picking up a Doombringer instead, definitely can see why that could be considered a worthy pick here. Just because Doom onto Medusa, Faceless Void or Enigma completely shuts them down, no abilities to be used. Especially I think the Enigma. So it can work out as BBC picking up a Wind Ranger as the last one. So Hook played the mid laner last time around, so I'd expect that to be the case once again. But we'll see if that's going to just be true this time around or not. But to introduce the lineups for the second game of this best of 3 series, we're gonna have Massacre up on the Faceless Void with Hook on the Wind Ranger, Yapsor to play the Enigma, leaving Illusionist to support on the Vengeful Spirit, and Padrino will be the last one up on that Medusa. As for XX5, Ty playing the Doombringer, leaving Solo on the Lion, Undershock to play the Magnus, and the last two are going to be Kingar on the Witch Doctor and Nexus handling that Troll Warlord. So good luck, have fun, has been called. Mannered, both teams are so mannered, guys. Always nice to see, always nice to see. Yes. 37 seconds and counting down before the creeps do spawn for us. We might have some nice early action going just about at the rune here, but funny enough, BBC, they don't have a single hero towards the bottom side, as Massacre did pick up the Faceless Void instead in the end. So they just swapped it around. Padrino will be handling the Medusa. I have to say, probably was kind of to be expected, but bottom lane, will really XX5 get both bounty runes? You get both bounty runes, you win the game, guys. Of course, not that black and white, but Massacre, never mind, might get one Doombringer. Does come close. Is Doombringer fat enough to block the bounty rune? Who can get it? Oh, such a man fight. It's the Doombringer. So Magnus and Doom get it, but Massacre is like, screw this, I'm gonna go for the kill. No time lock though, so I don't think he's gonna get it, but still, with his hammer, with the Mjolnir in hand, does do quite a bit of damage to Doombringer, so gonna have to eat a few tangos, but I don't think he cares much. Has a set of tangos, has a healing salve to top it up as well. And on the lane, all in all against Fisted Void, should be a pretty good lane for the Doombringer to win. It's just keep on dooming up, keep on getting the gold that way, but for now, sentries are there for YapzOr. He's gonna miss twice, not thrice though. He's still gonna need quite a couple of just blast hits, and that's gonna take away from his farming time, to be honest, but he needs to get rid of the sentry, otherwise their own wards are in trouble. But there's one more sentry if Kingard really wanted to go. Concentration, or solo I should say, could just sit here. It would give vision onto that high ground, so they're not gonna go for it, although they're aware of the sentry ward being there for the dire side. But I guess they want to start kind of dominating this aggressive try as early as they can. Now YapzOr though did go for a double pull, so gonna go for some massive farming. Eidolons do propagate already, so even the Mud Golem's not gonna be a big deal, but oh, we might have a tower dive. Already the creep wave has reached the tower, but dire creep wave also comes in. Minus armor up onto Nexus now. But that just gives away that suddenly Illusionist does not have magic missile. So XX5, knowing that information that there's no magic missile, they might be a little bit more prone to go and dive this. Nice, tower is pinged already. It's like, defend the tower, guys! At all costs, defend the tower. Nice, YapzOr does pull out the camp as far as possibly can. He might even get the stack on this one as well if he manages to attack the center now and drag him away. Is he gonna go for it? Sure, looks like it, so... Oh, even baits out the Hoofstone, but I don't think he gets... Never mind, he did get far enough. So, nice stack once again. The Eidolons should have, or should get enough attacks in to propagate once again, yes. So, well done by YapzOr. Has enough mana to work around with, still has 2 clarities left. Although, just big camps, they already do quite a lot of damage, but YapzOr will have the level 2 demonic conversion for the next level. As bottom lane, Massacre put some pretty massive harassment up onto Ty's Doombringer, forced out the Scourge Surf, and even with that, still quite some harassment. As in mid lane, funny enough, Windranger is a little bit behind the Magnus at the moment. Magnus, of course, did get the early bounty rune, which meant an earlier bottle as well. And with the Stout Shield, he can actually tank up the right clicks of that Windranger and keeps on spamming his own Shockwave. Top lane though, Padrino in a hell of a lot of trouble. Hex is there, gonna get slowed down as well. I think this is gonna be first blood. Earth spiked up, didn't even get off a mana shield. Man, got to have the mana shield activated. So just kind of a surprise, maybe not a surprise gank, but Massacre. He's showing force with the time lock, going for the man fight up against Doombringer, taking great advantage of the fact that Doombringer starts with 1 base armor. I think he even starts with 0, but has gotten... Never mind, I think he starts with 1. So hasn't gotten the 1 just because he's gotten some levels. But YapzOr then again, still farming within reasonable speed. Ty in some trouble. Massacre already used the time walk though. Didn't get an immediate time lock, I think, so not gonna follow up as the creep wave comes in. Still keeps the Doombringer guessing as hook. At one point into Wind Run should be enough to escape most things, as Solo will come in, tries to snatch one Wild Wing. Oh, he's gonna snatch it as well. Sneaky, sneaky Lion. Wants to cancel the clarity now, not gonna get close enough. But the ping up onto Solo. Windranger not gonna go for it. I guess a little bit too low on mana for the Wind Run power shot as well as the Shackle shot. But for top lane, Medusa looking at the last hits. 12 last hits, I guess it's not that bad. Oh, I look away. And Magnus, they get the kill up onto the Windranger. Solo came in, Hex, Earthspike. Nicely done, YapzOr, just not fast enough. And Lion being in the jungle there means that YapzOr can't really go there himself. But he's going to take over the mid lane for now. As Magnus is level 6 now after getting that kill. Does have Arcane Boot, so even would have enough mana for a Skewer, Shockwave, as well as the Reverse Polarity if he bottles up a charge. YapzOr about to hit level 5, so not as fast as could be, but oh god, another kill. Vengeance Spirit, he goes down first. It's just so devastating. BBC, they can't really do anything about this lane either. I mean, I guess Faceless Void could try to TP in, but it's not level 6 yet, so he wouldn't be able to do anything anyway. So this top lane is where BBC is hurting the most. And also Hook dying mid lane definitely didn't help out the situation. And Magnus now quite heavily ahead of the Wind Ranger. I did not expect this to happen, but really well played by Undershock, I guess. 34 and 3 compared to a Wind Ranger who is 20 and 2. That's a massive, massive lead, to be honest. Then again, Hook did get ganked once, and Magnus hasn't felt any pressure at all, like not in the slightest this game. But Yapsor is going for the enemy jungle, might even rotate in to kill, or try at least to kill the Doombringer. Doombringer, before he gets his own level 6, might be in some trouble. Otherwise, you can Doom up Massacre and maybe even get the kill on the Faceless Void. Does have the Orb of Venom, so going for the good old man-fighting Doombringer build. Yapsor though, even with 2 points into Malphite, doesn't want to come into the lane quite yet. I guess wants to get the Black Hole first, or focus a little bit more on farming. Does only find a single hill troll. Apparent that the Doombringer has been around, but Doom did use the Scorched Earth. Never mind, Lion will TP in now as well. So gonna be some assistance here. Still though, there's gonna be a 3 versus 2. Massacre does hit level 6. Is this the go time for them? Doombringer is also level 6, but there's the Chronosphere before Solo comes in. Solo does get the Earthquake, but is it gonna be enough? Nice Hex onto Yapsor, but the 2 time lock. Oh god, never mind. Invis Rune. Are you kidding me? Malphite, is it gonna be enough to last tick with the power shot? Yes, it is. Illusionist wants to get just another stun onto Solo. Not gonna happen, but man, for a second I thought they might not even get the kill onto the Doombringer. Invis Rune almost to the rescue. Top lane Padrinho in a lot of trouble. Already out of mana. Does have some magic 1 charges. And Troll by himself will not have enough. Put 1 supporter and it would have been a kill probably. Witch Doctor or Lion, doesn't really matter. But there's a smoke now from Illusionist as well as Yapsor. Yapsor with the Soul Ring would have enough mana for the ultimate, but I don't think it would be enough for the Malphite as well as the ultimate. But mid lane Magnus might be a tasty kill anyway. We have a Shackle Shot. The angle wasn't there, but never mind. Undershock pops his haste. Black Hole might still catch him if they're not careful. Reverse Polarity to the Illusionist. He's gonna come by. No Skewer. Hook. He gets away because of that. Now, with the haste rune, well, never mind. Hook is bottling up. There's the Malphite as well. They will miss, or he will miss with the Skewer. With the haste though, he will still be able to escape. So what could have been a gank in the favor of BBC. Oh, Hook. Oh god, he's still going to go down. I think Earthspike will miss the wind run for the Dodge Massacre. Came in as well with the time walk. Nice hex from Solo though. Solo has had some pretty great plays on the Lion already thus far. Is a little bit low level maybe, but still has been doing quite a lot here. It's 3-1 overall kill score, but BBC, man, they had a much worse start for game number 1. Still managed to come back. And late game, it's hard to call who has the better. Oh, Massacre does dodge. Oh, gets a time lock as well. Undershock with another shockwave though gets the kill. Massacre, not too sure what he was waiting for. Was he out of mana for a time walk though? I guess he must have been. Espadrino in some trouble. Does have the mana shield, not activating it for some reason. Oh god, now he pops the mana shield, but it's too late already. The slows, the stuns, too much for him to handle, so they lose 2 of their cores. 8 minutes in. It's still not looking that great, especially since Magnus is having that good of a time. 2 kills, Arcane Boots, 900 gold to follow. Blink Dagger, not too far off. Yapsor though, is he going to get stunned? Malphite is there, Eidolons will help out with the damage. But they're going to back off, seeing that the Troll Warlord is also running at them. Lion again, Solo is at the right place at the right time. Gets the Hex, Earthspike is there, Magic Missile into Kingar. Eidolons might just be enough, never mind. Undershock will come in for the back up, but Massacre has the Chronosphere. Is he going to pop it? No, not necessary. Undershock did already skewer out. Hook not going to get the Shackle Shot to stop it in time. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 on the top side for now. I mean, but still, Lion is a smaller kill than an Enigma. Enigma almost level 7 already, and just not getting close to his mech. Doesn't have that great a farm. It's not like he has horrible farm or anything, but it's just not as you would expect. But XX5 definitely went for a laning that can punish the Enigma. Just any kind of aggressive tri-lane can make good use of that, because Enigma, I mean, HN can come into the lane, help out with the creeps, so can the Enchantress. Enigma though, I guess you can try to come in with Eidolons, although Eidolons are slow as hell, so that's most likely not gonna happen. You can come in with a Malphite, but you might just not have the mana to sustain just jungling as well as using the Malphite at the same time, kind of. So the start, not that great for BBC, but they have a massive ultimate wombo combo at their disposal. So you can never really count them out until racks start falling. And racks might fall pretty fast considering there is a battle trance on the side of XX5. Especially if anybody's empowered at the same time. Also the Doombringer might take completely, at the minimum, one hero out of the equation. Solo might be in some trouble if Hook, never mind, won't even attempt the Shackle Shot, which is level 3. But once again, Hook just a little bit too low on mana to go for anything, any massive plays. 1.7k up on Undershock though, with 2 points into Empower. Farms up rather fast, lasted wise. His number 162, that's just really well played by Undershock this game, what can I say. Last game I do believe was the Queen of Pain, also had a pretty great game as, oh, smoke broken on the Doombringer Illusionist. I think he managed to catch the edge of that. It was daytime after all. As Hook, bottling up a double damage rune now. Definitely needed the bottle refill as well, Padinho. Will get right-clicked once by Kingar, but that's about the extent of it for now. Yasha will be a pickup for Troll Warlord. Oh, Massacre, he's going to get hexed up. Doom to follow as well. Faces Void, no chance to escape this. TP is coming in, but I don't think even that will help. TP a little bit too late as well. Shackle Shot. Oh, the deny Shackle Shot. He has a double damage. Can he turn things around? Wind Run activated. He's going to keep on going. One more right click, and with the help of the tower, Hook, he turns it around. He denies his teammate using the double damage rune. That was brilliant plays by the Wind Ranger. I have to say, well done. Yapsor also has enjoyed some time farming up freely without getting harassed by really any hero on XX5. So, gonna get closer to that mech now. Only needs the recipe, so another 550 gold or so left. But just look at that shockwave spam, so much damage being dealt at all times. Just painful stuff. Oh, King Ardo, he's gonna get stunned up and be taken out as well. And now we're gonna have a Chronosphere up onto Nexus. It's gonna be another kill troll. I don't think he can survive this. Mystic Snake does create the mischance. So are you kidding me? Is he really gonna make it out? Massacre. The reverse polarity lands onto, no way. Skewer under the tower as well. But there's Undershock getting stunned himself. But I cannot believe it. Shockwave even almost kills off Faceless Void in return. Not a single point to backtrack. I want to say that's a little bit too greedy. I mean, one more Shockwave and that's gonna be the end of it. Misguessed though by Undershock. But Blink Reverse Polarity saving the Troll Warlord. Vengeful Spirit, I think he thought, or it seemed that he was like, okay, they have the kill secured, I'm not gonna run straight away. I think he didn't go straight for this way, I think he went like that for a little bit. Man, that could have been such a huge kill. I mean, there's a streak for Nexus. He's 4-0-0. It would have been really massive kill to win, especially for Pedrino to try to catch up on the Medusa. Only has face boots and now, well, a Ring of Aquila also finished. Looking at the Doombringer though, does have a Hand of Midas ticking. Even so, still number 4 in net worth, but probably not gonna take him all that long to get up there. Especially since I don't think BBC's Faceless Void, Medusa or Enigma will surpass him anytime soon. But Enigma does have a mech finish now. And maybe they can just start balling or death balling some pushes now with all of their ultimates up, for example. Although Medusa hasn't even gotten a single point into his Stone Gaze yet. And it looks like XX5, they themselves are the ones just going for the death ball. They don't have Voodoo Restoration, so Maledict 2 points instead. A little bit weird to not even see that one value point, but easy tower kill. Glyph is there, but Yapsor, never mind. Gonna be able to outrun the Doombringer for now. No level death or anything like that either to even slow him by a tiny bit. But tower down, BBC. Not a trade in sight for them. Smoke up from XX5. They want to just further their lead. Already 2k net worth. As well as about 700 in XP. Oh, 700 is actually in BBC's favor. Yes, Illusionist. Do they want to fight? I guess they may want to. They do have the black hole ready. Don't think we've seen a black hole yet. Mech delivered out as well. They have the Chronosphere. Still no Stone Gaze though, because he went for Split Shot instead. A little bit of a peculiar decision. Maybe he thinks that he's gonna lose too much mana with the mana shield anyway. It might be true, but I probably would still go for the Stone Gaze, because it's going to deter the Troll Warlord quite easily, at the very least, if nothing else. Plus, if you can somehow predict the reverse polarity coming out onto you, pop the Stone Gaze before, and the follow-up shouldn't be all that massive by the side of XX5. But what do I know, guys? What do I know? Looks like both teams just passing each other, or maybe not even trying to go for that much, as XX5, they don't care about not finding heroes because they're fighting the towers anyway, so they're getting objectives, and as long as that is the case, they're gonna be perfectly fine, I would assume, with how things are going in general. But Roshan is being attempted. They don't have a Medallion of Courage finish yet. Illusionist a little bit short on money for that. But it might be a kill anyway, though. XX5, they TP'd in through tier 1. They are getting close by Undershock. This might be such a massive reverse polarity. I don't even want to think about it. But with the items, with the focus fire, they get it down. But can they also disengage cleanly now? Might be the case here. Lion is level 6 though. Illusionist. He's going to get hexed up. Hook. Reverse polarity. Nope. It gets stopped. There's the Chronos will catch free. Beautiful stuff. Black hole onto free as well. Maybe a little bit too early, but use the chance while you can. They need to get Undershock. No, free man. Reverse polarity. Death ward to follow. The Doom was used as well. Hook. He is the only survivor. It is a 2 for 3 though, so it's not that bad. Shackle shot will connect. Power shot to follow. King Guard drops extremely low, but I don't think there's going to be a kill. Where was Padrino in all of this? If they also had the Stone Gaze there in that fight, even without the Stone Gaze, just a Mystic Snake, they needed a little bit more damage, and to be honest, that's the thing that they're lacking. Massacre on the Faceless Void doesn't really do that much damage himself. Black Hole isn't thought of as a damaging spell either, really. Oh god, if only they had that +1, if it was an even playing field, 5 versus 5, they would have been able to kill the Magnus during the Chronosphere, and that would have meant or made a world of difference. Also, Black Hole and Chronosphere, more or less exactly at the same time, but I'd say it was still worth it. But Troll hasn't died once still. He's completely balling out of control. To be honest, he's getting too much accomplished. 2.7k gold already in the bank for him. Might go for an SNY, might save for a BKB, who knows. To be honest, BKB, I don't think it's really that necessary this game. So many things that go through Magic Immunity anyway. Man, what a fight. But it's still not all that bad for BBC in the end. Yes, they lose one more, but at least they get 2 kills. But Magnus also reverse polarity, catching the third hero. I think the Enigma I thought was like a little bit weird, a little bit too far off. But Illusionist, he gets hexed up, a little bit too far off. Earth Spike to follow. Paralyzing cast used. Even the Finger of Death, but he survives with a nice force of Mech is there. Oh god, Kingar, his... not Exorcism. His Death Ward gets cancelled limited. There's the Stone Gaze. Petrify up on the Lion. Clean 3-0 Illusionist. Nice force death by Hook, saving his teammate. Then Yapsor comes in with the mech. So BBC showing teeth once again. Padrino joins the first fight. Extreme success for him. Of course, he happened to be on the same lane that the gank came from XX5, so I guess he didn't have much of a chance but to react there. But now this is also going to be in a tier 1, even with the glyph being there. I don't think XX5 will come in to mount the defense. So next goal for BBC, get down the Troll Warlord, who does have himself a Demon Age. So is it really Daedalus straight up with the Empower Man? That's a big ass troll, to be honest. The only thing is that he has to make sure that he doesn't die, he doesn't get caught in the ultimates of BBC. And without the BKB, even a Shackle Shot might just be a mini black hole onto him. But 10-9 the kill score now. The tower was destroyed by the Radiant Massacre, unable to deny the tower away from the entire creep wave as well as the siege creep. Of course, could have possibly gotten the creep aggro and just having only to fight that siege creep. Oh god, oh no, Padrino in a lot of trouble. Undershock blinked forward to didn't skewer immediately, now will miss it as well. Will he pop the reverse priority for this kill? It's gonna be worth it if they get the kill, to be honest. Text to follow. Finger of Death on cooldown though. Padrino Earth Spike is there and Hook will come in to help. Almost completely out of mana, but might be able to help out anyway. If he had bottle charges to share to Padrino would be excellent. But suddenly, they might get ganked in turn. They have a level 2 Chronosphere. Massacre pops that. Mask of Madness, and he's gonna catch 2 if he wants to. Nope, Earth Spike is there first. Taking quite a lot of damage, of course. Now, they're gonna go for it. Shackle Shot does not connect, but the Chronosphere onto 2 Kingar. Can't do anything. Whirling Axe is range form. They need a little bit more damage. Solo will go down first. Massacre, Death Ward. Swap back into the Death Ward, but with the mech, he's gonna be fine, even with the Maledict being on him. Magic Missile into Kingar. Another 2 kills. rack it up for BBC. They also got the tier 1, I believe. No, Troll did manage to deny that one. So at least they don't get that goal, but with the 2 supports, they make more than up for it. And they're already pushing tier 2 also. Hook, not enough mana for that focus fire, unfortunately. But BBC take a kill advantage. Looking at the graphs now, 1,500 net worth lead for them, 5k in XP. They just managed to turn things around quite nice. Of course, massive ultimates, but Troll, you can never forget the Troll. Has team power, and when he comes in with the Berserker's Rage, which is only level 2 for now, but being empowered, and whether it be a Monkey King bar, which might be the case to make sure that Wind Ranger's Wind Run doesn't completely just take you out of the fight, or doesn't really matter, Daedalus or Monkey King bar, either one, still coming in with the empower on, you're gonna be massive amounts of cleave damage following up a potential reverse polarity. Also, Doombringer, haven't really checked on him for quite some time, but Aghanim Scepter, really close to getting finished for him. So we'll also remove the passives. Aghanim Scepter in the meantime picked up on the Wind Ranger, so not gonna suffer from the just backlash of the focus fire anymore. No minuses anymore to using the focus fire almost as Patrino. Farming up the ancients at the same time, still going for a Lincoln Sphere. Only has the Perseverance, or does he have anything else? Nope. So Medusa, unfortunately for them, is still rather poor, but well, one positive is that XX5, apart from the Doombringer as well as the Troll, they're not that far up there themselves. And Troll, I mean, it's all well and good that he has this much farm, but this can also backfire, because once he finally dies, he's gonna give a hell of a lot away. If it's the Faceless Void, Medusa, or the Wind Ranger, even a Enigma, to be honest, if it's any of those heroes, so pretty much let's say anybody except Illusionist to get the kill, it's gonna be pretty excellent. And one thing that XX5, although they had a pretty good start, Lion first of all didn't get the fastest level 6, nor is he getting that close to a Blink Dagger quite yet. So not having the Blink is a huge thing for them, to be honest. Kingar, they are similarly farmed with the Lion, so he's also trying to go for an Aghanim Scepter, and both of them of course can't be like farming up, or shouldn't be. Definitely heroes that would like to get farm as supports. But that's the Monkey King bar now, so any future butterflies, the Wind Run for now, will not have any effect up against the Troll. Of course, the Wind Run might just serve the Wind Ranger to just run away. 2.5k now on Undershock. Interested to see if he maybe goes for like a 4-step for more positional advantage, or maybe just goes for a straight off refresher. Double reverse polarity definitely can easily win you fights, especially if it should be also complemented by like a double Doombringer later on, or double Doom, not a double Doombringer. As Massacre himself has picked up a Demon Age. I guess a Monkey King bar is also nice to negate the Troll Warlord's melee Whirling Axe's mischance. 60% I think? Yes, 60%, so probably going for a Monkey King bar because of that one. And also, Troll Warlord could have gone for a Butterfly, or could still go for a Butterfly even later on. There is quite a lot of just right-click damage after all coming out from BBC. But BBC keeps on farming, so does the Troll and the Doom, so Doom has pulled himself towards that number 2 position now. Just because you cannot stop a Doom with Midas and Devour. Maybe if you kill him constantly, but oh, a Shadow Blade pickup on Magnus. Sneaky pickup at Massacre. Well, he is so dead. Illusionist might be able to swap him out, but he's doomed anyway, so the swap wouldn't even matter anymore. And Illusionist, I think as he saw the Doom, he was like, screw this. I'm not gonna just kill myself together with the Faceless Void. Because Aghanim's buff Doom, it does way too much damage, I think, for the Faceless Void to have been able to handle. But 11 to 11 now, haven't seen some massive fights for quite some time. So next Roshan might be the point of contention here for us. As Solo also, thanks to no action happening, he hasn't died. Which of course means that he is getting closer to his Blink Dagger. Still needs another 700 gold, so quite a ways to go. A couple of minutes of survival at the very least. But if he also manages to just find a lane, get some last hits, might work out as Yapsor picks himself up. Boots of travel, so not even going for a BKB. I guess you can... Oh, blink forward, gets the Malphite onto Solo. Hex up in return, Shackle Shot does not connect because the trees were cleared. But with the focus fire, Hook picks up the kill anyway. Yapzor did clean up the trees with that Midnight Pulse. It's definitely great damage, of course, especially it being maxed out. But you can get doomed and you can get reverse polarity, I guess, although with the reverse polarity you have to get rather close to the black hole, so you might get sucked in yourself. But there's not that much that would have stopped a BKB black hole, and Boost of Travels is 2000 gold from a pretty much, let's say, 4k item. So could have been halfway through or halfway towards the BKB, and with the Blink BKB could have been just a massive advantage for them. Even like a Lincoln Sphere might not have been too horrible of a choice, to be honest. Undershock though, with a Haste Rune, Shadow Bladed up, will not go for Padrino because nobody else was that close. And Padrino now has finally found some time to farm up. Will get his own Lincoln Sphere, which will make their life a little bit easier. Can use that Lincoln Sphere defensively as well, of course. One thing I'd like to see though is Wind Ranger. Is she also now going for a Lincoln Sphere for the defensive purposes, or do you start building some damage, maybe a Monkey King Bar of your own, for example? It's like Monkey King Bar, a Maelstrom might not even be too horrible. Makes you push faster. But they do smoke up, they pop down one sentry, Wave of Terror, does not connect Roche, but might have been more of a scouting one for now. Yapzor though might be in trouble, has to blink away. Undershock does get him down, gets doomed as well. Stone Gaze was used at the same time, Chronosphere completely whiffs. Swap out onto Yapzor, so I think he's gonna stay alive, but Massacre on the run, Death Ward. I think it's gonna go down, yep, Maledict, he is dead. That was a horrible fight for BBC. Yapzor got separated, does go and die to the neutral creeps, but I think this might be just Roshan now for XX5. They don't have the battle trance, but I don't think they really need it with Nexus hitting this hard. So BBC caught completely unawares, and that Chronosphere, you cannot get a solo, not a solo, just a zero-man Chronosphere. Some power shots to harass XX5, but that's gonna be ages for the troll, so might not die anytime soon. That was just so devastating. They they went into a smoke of XX5 and they were just not ready to react. Enigma couldn't blink or didn't want to blink straight away either. I think he saw them, but then Undershock blinked in, got one attack into the Enigma, disabling the blink dagger. Then the Doom followed, of course, and well, the rest, 2 heroes down. Enigma at least did get to deny himself a Doom up to 3.4k gold. Oh, swap out onto solo, but didn't get the stun. Malphite is there anyway. Midnight Pulse as well. Nice and done. Reverse polarity will get cancelled. Massacre jumps in, but there's no Chrono, of course. Wants to go for Kingar. Nice shackle shot. Catches Undershock. He was under the center for a little while, but Kingar still alive. They get the kill. Oh, Black Hole. He cancelled it himself, I think. What? Was it the paralyzing cast? Did he cancel it himself? I'm not too sure. Undershock almost goes down to the power shot, but it's just too much damage. Shackle shot doesn't have anybody to latch to. Ultra kill for the troll. Still has the Aegis. Has himself a Satanic finished up with the gold. God damn, it feels like we're going to a game 3. BBC, they were looking good, but suddenly 4k net worth lead for XX5, 4k XP also. Things are going south, and they're going south fast for BBC. Just from Roshan into another horrible fight. Focus fire though, Hook might be able to kill Troll, but Troll still has the Aegis, so even if Hook gets the kill, doesn't even matter. And well, Undershock coming in, he's gonna get that skewer, and Hook, he goes down himself, almost brought down 50 HP on Troll. Wave of Terror, oh, it misses! Oh god, it would have been a guaranteed kill because it's pure damage. 90 damage of it. Oh no, Illusionist. Oh. Yeah, so just with the last couple of minutes, BBC have managed to throw away everything that they've gained, everything. I would like to just get a replay and see what happened to the black hole. I'd like to say it was a paralyzing cask instead of him cancelling it himself, because it would have been a really good black hole, to be honest. Nobody would have been there to cancel it, would have dragged in, I think, the Troll and the Magnus, I believe it was. But suddenly they just have such a mountain to climb with now a Satanic also on Troll. 10, 0 and 3. Man, I feel like this game might have been a hell of a lot different if they had gotten that early Troll kill with the Chronosphere there. Of course, it might not have made any difference at all, but Troll just has gained confidence, kill after kill, fight after fight, and I mean, with the Satanic now, they're gonna have to kill him in like a Chronosphere or something, but still has the Aegis for another, well, a little bit more than 2 minutes. So because of that, Even a Chronosphere or a Black Hole might not be enough. If they had only gotten the Wave of Terror to connect. If only Wind Ranger had not sacrificed herself for nothing. Oh, so many ifs and buts, but BBC this game not looking that good. Reverse polarity in the meantime used on hook. Skewered back also. Earth spiked up. 60 seconds on the sidelines. Easy tier 2. They're not going to be able to contest this. Oh, Doombringer up onto Padrino as well. Pop the Lincoln Sphere. Massacre will come in. Is he going to chrono? Yes, he is. Gets a 2-man chrono. Doombringer gonna die first. But can they get some more? Kingar just gets stunned as they're on the retreat now. Shockwave does miss. Paralysis cast. Nothing to bounce to. Undershock with the Shadow Blade. Oh, Kingar. He's going to go down, I think. A few more right clicks. Oh, no, the swap. Magic Missile does get the kill anyway. But that was a swap towards the location that Massacre. Never mind. Not going to get skewered out of a TP. So all is fine, they get 2 kills, Yapsor is there to defend, does get hexed up, the troll blinks forward, will get an easy kill. And there's no buyback on Enigma, so I guess it's not fine. Yes, they get 2 kills, but they're losing their own base because of it. Padrino was still trying to go for the Magnus, but Magnus might have cancelled the TP of him, and there's no Chronosphere and they know it. I think this might be Rex here. Oh god, Padrino, he's just running, but they're gonna lose range for sure. I don't think they can even save the melee here if Troll really wants to stay. He's backing off for now though, so I guess BBC not that big of a deal. Hook, TPing in, trying to possibly catch somebody, but Power Shot doesn't connect on anyone. Wave of Terror also doesn't manage to scout out anybody. Now, and there's suddenly Aghanim Scepter finished on Kingar. That is a huge deal. Also, Blink 200 gold away for the Lion. BBC... I just can't help but feel that they lost a little bit too much. 10k net worth lead once again for XX5, just as in game number 1. I guess net worth BBC weren't that far ahead at any point in time. XP a little bit more so, but wasn't that substantial of a lead. Even so, they just had those teamfight ultimates, couldn't bring it together, and now double Doom up on Ty's Doombringer. Level 3 Aghanim's Doom. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to deal with this. Aegis is reclaimed, so that's a tiny positive for them. Roshan, of course, isn't up, and they should know that it's not up for at least another 3 minutes, but it's going to be rather short respawn time, about 30 seconds after the 8-minute mark. Massacre, though, has the Chronosphere, still working on that Monkey King bar, really hasn't gotten any farm, neither has Yapsor after those boost of travels. But there's still a chance for them to win this game. I mean, they have the wombo combos, but there's a Blink on Lion now, and Blink away from... Nexus before he gets hit by the Mystic Snake or anything else. But they also have the Medusa, that's the most important of all. Of course, Medusa ain't all that farmed yet, but if BBC can just hold on and not lose any more just buildings, they should be fine. But they don't have a gem, they aren't carrying too many sentries just because their supports cannot afford them that much. Yapsor, man, he's just trying to farm up bigger items than just sentries, and the Illusionist left to solo support by himself. Look at XX5 now though. I guess with the double ultimates they are ready to go and fight Magnus. He's going for a Hex instead of that Refresher Orb by the looks of things, or might even be... I don't think it's gonna be Lincolns, I hope it's not the Lincolns to be honest, so hopefully Hex for Undershock. Is Shadow Bladed up, they might find the Illusionist, not the biggest skill, but then again Illusionist, he's running around for gem. Tier 2 goes down in the meantime. And TP's back, Padrino does also have a TP this time around and nobody there to cancel it. Monkey King bar finished up, but there's no buyback. Does anybody have buyback at all? Nope, tire side completely void of them. So one good reverse polarity will probably signal the entire end of the game. Because it might just be straight out thrown with the power of Troll Warlord there. Empowered up, hitting for 342 damage. And nothing to really laugh at. Roshan still not up for another like... want to say minute and 40 seconds. But 1.8k already in the Doombringer. Man, the amount of farm they're getting. But then again, being this far ahead, if BBC managed to kill those heroes, especially this troll, 11, 0 and 4. That streak is going to be worth so much. But the smoke, Lion sitting on high ground, he's going to scout it out and blink, long blink over the entirety of those trees. So smoke fails. Maybe should have expected somebody to possibly stand there and gone like this way. Come like here, boom. But it's easy for me to criticize. I of course see where the Radiant is at all times. But Troll, just look at this, 22,000 compared to the 13,000 of Medusa. At one point they were getting pretty close to the Doombringer as well as the Troll, but just one Roshan fight into, I think it was 2 consecutive bad fights to follow that one. So net worth 12k. Most of that is the Troll Warlord, to be honest. So Troll, he's gonna be, well, not 6 slotted quite yet, but he is absolutely scary nonetheless. 30 seconds for Roche to come up though. So it's a hard game for BBC. Monkey King Bar will soon be finished on hook, so he's at least gonna get some damage going for himself. Does have a level 3 focus fire also. As Hex is finished on Magnus. And of course there are no BKBs, I believe, on the side of the Dire. Yes, no BKBs at all. Chem now also picked up on King R's Witch Doctor. So BBC, can they mount a comeback just as in game number 1, or will we go to a game number 3? Sure feels like a game number 3 to me, guys. Sure feels like it. But Padrino still keeps on farming, has that first ultimate orb. Secondary one will shortly follow if he wants to purchase it up. Maybe buyback. Slightly bigger priority until you can finish up the entirety of the item. But it really comes down to them as a team, as our Massacre might be a little bit too far up ahead. God, farming this lane without proper vision is extremely scary. Yes, their other heroes are somewhat close by, except for the Wind Ranger. So I'm not too sure if this is a correct decision. Lion can jump in with the Hex, and that's exactly what happens. Earthspike will follow. No Doom yet, even the swap out just in case. Stone Case was used by Padrino. They were expecting more coming out from XX5, or, well, they expected the backup to be there faster. They do back up for now. Lincoln's even popped the Massacre. Just because Padrino, if he gets doomed now, he doesn't have Stone Gaze anyway. So nice usage that way. But not gonna be saving them in the end. So Padrino back to Ancients he goes. But Roshan is up now, and if they give away this Roshan with cheese, I think this might be the end. But then again, they cannot contest this double damage on Troll Warlord. Maybe if they bring him down with all their ultimates, but double damage, man. Just, oh god. He's hitting for 500 damage. Battle Trance as well. Roshan is gonna go down. Who needs minus armor on Roshan if you have this much damage? And that's Aegis into Troll once again. Cheese on the ground. Undershock picks that one up. Oi, oi, oi. BBC. The mountain to climb is higher than the Everest, man. I mean, looking at the numbers, it's not that much, but it's just what ultimates, what heroes XX5 have as well. They have the Blink Hex to initiate. They just have the Hex Magnus Reverse Polarity to follow. Double Doom as well, with the Agonist buff. Solo creeping closer. And, well, Troll Warlord just with the Aegis, slowly going for melee Rex. Midnight Pulse, though, does make him back off for now, so some breathing space for them. As Massacre also sitting in the trees. Lion, if he blinks forward once, he might just get straight into Faceless Void. If that happens, probably Faceless Void will be happy and Lion won't. But it's just gonna be such a standoff here. And BBC all this while, they're not gonna be farming up anybody else. Oh god, they're gonna come in, there's no centers, they get the Hex on Illusionist. Maybe not that big of a deal, but Chronosphere only onto one Yap, so he gets Doom. He does have buyback though. Second Doom will not come out into the Lincolns, or rather, it was that level def into the Lincolns, but didn't have enough time. Death Ward now, they get the Aegis down, they're gonna get Solo as well. I think Power Shot, one more right click, swap to stop the Death Ward. They might even win this fight. 3 heroes already down. The jump away, Kingar in some trouble, gonna run away. Illusionist might not keep on chasing Raptor, never mind, needs the Malphite, he's gonna get it as well. Troll, no BKB, does have the Satanic if he wants to turn things around, but I don't think he's gonna be able to fight, or is he? Nope, he's gonna get bash lorded by Massacre. Illusionist even TP to the tier 2 to help out, but 4 heroes down for, I think, yes, only an Enigma death and a buyback, and that was without a black hole, but Stone Gaze, as well as even a one-man Chronosphere stopping that reverse polarity, seemed to be enough here. Supports, they die extremely fast. So, well fought. That's gonna be Eye of Skadi finished. That's a Monkey King bar also onto Hook's Wind Ranger. So next fight might go even better. So XX5 maybe feeling a little bit too comfortable there. Magnus wanting to go all the way in with the Shadow Blade instead of just blinking in with the reverse polarity. Pooch of travels from Yapsor. They want to get the tier 2. Maybe if they can force that buyback control, it's gonna be absolutely a mammoth thing to do. But Troll has himself an ultimate orb. Is that a Hex? Is that an Eye of Skadi? We shall see soon enough. It's gonna be a Skadi. Can't say I'm all that surprised, but with the Skadi, he is gonna be ridiculously tanky. But with those Monkey King bars, and especially, most of all, with that Midnight Pulse, they might still be able to bring him down. They still have the Black Hole. Massacre a little bit too low on mana though. BKB is finished, so it's gonna help at least against Hexes and everything, but Reverse polarity will still lock you down. You can still get doomed. You will still get damaged through the doom. Was the cheese also used? No, it wasn't. Of course, Magnus died before he got off anything at all. But still, BBC, they hold their melee Rex back to full HP the region. Another Shadow Blade, Magnus on the hunt. With the Hex, it's so easy for him to initiate. As Yapsor, better TP out now if you value your life. Oh god, I think Yapsor is dead. He doesn't have buyback either. This might be a huge kill. He's gonna have a pretty long respawn time. He's going for the TP out. Didn't blink farther into the trees. So I have to say, not the safest of plays because Undershock did skewer through in the end. But he makes it out safely, so it doesn't matter in the end. Sometimes it's of course also mind games. It's like you think that the enemy will think that you blinked into the trees, so he will also blink into the trees. So if you actually did blink into the trees, you're gonna get found out. So you're gonna TP out from a place that is theoretically not a safe place, but since the enemy might think that you think that it's not a safe place, it is a safe place. Yes, Inception, guys. TP Inception. Probably nobody understood what I was saying anyway, but Windranger, look at that, up to 3.6k gold. If by any chance she can farm up a Hex of his own, or of her own, gonna be just gigantic pickup for them. As they are trying to deward at least Kingar, running around with still his gem intact. Didn't die in the last fight, but with the Dagger Nymph Death Ward, BBC have to be careful not to let that run for too long. Last time around, Illusionist even popped the swap for that. Definitely worth it, to be honest, because if the Aghanim Scepter gets the bounces going, it definitely has the possibility to just wreck an entire team fight. Also, the fact that the Doombringer didn't get off a double Doom was pretty huge in the last fight, to be honest. Stonegaze stopped the second one from coming out for just long enough. He did get off that level death to pop the Linkens of Padrino, but we didn't have enough time to just cast that ultimate. Now though, Illusionist placing down some wards, rather defensive ones, and to be honest they need those defensive ones as well. Still the cheese on Undershock. Next Roshan not up for a minimum of 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Do we have a smoke coming out? Oh yes we do. There's the smoke, Massacre, Monkey King Bar 2k on top of that. The core heroes, everybody from but Yapsor do have buybacks. Yapsor has picked up an ultimate orb, so I think a Linkens also for him. I hope it's a Linkens, to be honest. Hex might also be fine, but they catch Solo. Solo gets a nice Earth Spike. Finger of Death, maybe not gonna happen. Didn't want to waste it. It's a level 2-1. Not that long of a cooldown, 100 seconds. But even so, didn't really feel the need to do so. Now though, doesn't have buyback. BBC, are they really gonna go and just try to force high ground? Looking at the graph, still about a 6k net worth lead for XX5. XP 3000 for BBC. They have all of their ultimates ready. They are pressuring it. Focus Fire, got it. Whoa, it's dropping fast. Paralyzing Cast does come out, but get the tier 3 back off, or do they keep on going? Padrino in the front lines, stunned up by the Paralyzing Cast, finally will back off. They did get some damage to melee. Should have gone maybe for range, unless they really want to commit, and they may want to do that. Oh, nice dodge. Or well, I guess it was just more of a miss from Undershock than a dodge from Padrino, but Padrino standing strong in the front lines, does have the Linkens. So, I guess Illusionist... Oh, Doom does come out, but Massacre comes in, gets the Chrono up onto 2. It's beautiful, Midnight Pulse to follow. They're gonna get the kill on Troll. Or are they? Nope, Hex out onto the Yapsor in the meantime. Focus Fire up on Hook, they get the kill in the end. Death Ward, Illusionist will lose his life to it. It's perfectly fine, they got 2 buybacks. Finger of Death into Massacre, nope, okay. It's going from bad to worse. BBC, it looked good, but suddenly it's not that great at all. They were not ready for the buybacks, I guess. Windrun was used, but didn't get him to safety. So 3 heroes down. No, Yapsor! No, he doesn't have buyback. His Black Hole is off cooldown also. Oh, that skewer Undershock. This one kill up onto the Enigma might have been the win for them. Padrino was still doomed up. He was brought down. Oh, BBC should have backed off a little bit earlier maybe. Troll Warlord survived maybe a little bit longer than he need have as well. But those buybacks... Suddenly, BBC... Oh, maybe they did go too deep. Maybe they shouldn't have gone in. Maybe wait for next Roshan, get Aegis and Cheese for yourself. Because Doom, I mean, how did they plan to deal with the Medusa? I expected the swap to come out at the same second as the Linkens is popped by the level death. I thought that's the game plan. Illusionist Swaps out Padrino exactly at the time, and maybe Illusionist himself gets doomed. Padrino, he gets jumped again. No! It's a disaster. They can't lose them. Shackle Shot does buy some time. Massacre is still alive, as is Padrino. No Stone Gaze, though. It's on cooldown. Troll goes deep. Swap out from Illusionist. That was the just lowest range swap ever. But they get the Doombringer, so Doombringer also did a dieback. They don't get more, though. If they had gotten more, it might have been worth it. But they don't lose an additional set of racks, so it's still open. Padrino doesn't die back there. Whew. Shackle Shot does not connect. Hex onto hook. Earthspike to follows will undershock. He's around. He's gonna get the kill. Illusionist will fall with the therefore being there. Okay, this might be it. They only have 2 heroes now. I think they needed the Wind Ranger or the Faceless Void. But they might still be able to survive. Oh, Earthspike is there. He got the Stone Gaze off before. Hex comes out to follow Lion. Black Hole lands on 3. Is the split shot gonna be enough? It might be. It has to be. Yes! 3 kills there for them. Yapzor spawned just in time. Game there. They saved their set of racks. Padrino gets a triple kill. This game is all sorts of crazy, but it's still going, guys. It is still going. Buybacks spent for quite a couple of heroes on both sides. Roshan not up for another 2 minutes and about 10 seconds. Absolutely full Roshan respawn time. It's good for BBC because if Troll had gone for its solo at the moment, to be honest, he wouldn't have had like too much space. He would have had to drop an entire item, but does have 6.1k gold in the bank. Since it doesn't have buyback, might as well just spend it all up. Get the full Manta style if you want to go for that one. Or what could he go for? Like a Daedalus, I guess. I think just straight out damage is probably the best. Oh god, this game is absolutely ridiculous. BBC, they know how to put on a show. Graphs, still about a 7k lead for XX5. XP, 200 or 2500 rather. Massacre though has picked up a quarter stuff. Of course doesn't have buyback, so might be a butterfly. Don't think so though, but might be a refresher orb. Would he even have enough mana? He wouldn't have enough mana even for the refresher orb, so I don't know about that. Maybe it was just a desperation buy. Orchid? Maybe? Orchid, to be honest, could be like a surprise pickup. Get the Orchid on Doom. What's he gonna do? It doesn't have a BKB to remove it, so for 5 seconds at least no Dooms would be flying out. But BBC, they have to be so careful, and plus they don't have a black hole for another 64 seconds. That is a big deal. And well, Yapzor now, they only want to have buyback because his came off cooldown. Crystal is picked up on hook now. Does he maybe sell a TP scroll and pick up a Demon Age for more damage? Padrino does pick up a Hyperstone at the same time. Is it going to be AC or Mjolnir? To be honest, either one might be fine. Just a Hyperstone by itself already might make a difference with the 55 extra attack speed. Man, this game is just so tense. But XX5 will have their buybacks up a little bit earlier, so maybe that's going to play some part of this. Maybe we're going to have just one huge reverse polarity. We really haven't had the biggest RPs. But Roshan is up now, and BBC, oh god, if they have to fight into another Aegis Troll, not too sure if they're going to be able to do so, but BBC, they're not reacting now. It's just XX5, maybe they're expecting BBC to be smoked up, because they're in their own base, they didn't show themselves, now they smoke up. Just the raw threat of like a Chronosphere or Stone Gaze, or well, possibly even a Black Hole, which is going to be up in 13 seconds, so probably will be ready once the fight actually begins. As Yapzor might be saving up for the Hex now, or then again, buyback Boots of Travels, not too bad either. Look at XX5 rather. They are grouped up, they're so ready for BBC to come in with a smoke, but they do spot out something now. The Chronosphere was used, what was it, an illusion? Oh no, don't say it was a Manta style illusion. I guess it was, they didn't know the Troll had Manta yet. Chronosphere and cooldown, that is massive. Oh god, is this immediate Roshan for them? Medusa illusion is in the Rosh pit to see this happening, but can BBC even stop this? Oh no, Massacre. No, oh god. I have no words, guys. I have no words. That's gonna be another Aegis, another cheese. It's gonna be so difficult for BBC to win a fight once again into that. This time around though, it's Magnus to pick up the Aegis. Cheese up onto Witch Doctor. And to be honest, it's not too bad for Magnus to have the Aegis. Can at least guaranteed get off the RP. Plus, he also has buyback, so he can play a little bit fast and loose now. It's 3.2k up on Yapzor. Still think he's gonna save for buyback because somebody needs to have buyback on the team. But if they get to just delay things out for another like minute and a half, 2 minutes, all of them should have buybacks. Because looking at the current gold, Enigma and Wind Ranger have enough. Medusa also does. But, oh, God, no! Say it ain't so! Yapster, he gets caught, does have buyback. It's fine, guys, it's fine. He's the only one to have buyback. He's gonna lose his life pretty damn fast, but at least the hero of the buyback does die instead of the hero without, of course. Troll once again up to 6.6k gold. He is almost 6-slotted. But the thing is, if the buyback comes off cooldown for him in... Oh, 8 seconds. So, okay. He's definitely gonna have it. They're gonna get backdoor. One right click, or well, maybe more. Okay, one right click from the troll. Let's just put it like that then. He's hitting so hard. They have that pack leader's aura as well, coming out from the Doombringer. So with that being there, troll hits for about 500 damage, and Daedalus wouldn't be too bad of an item, I guess, maybe instead of the Blink Dagger. Although Blink has been rather fine for him thus far. But high ground defense, can they hold it out until Enigma respawns? They at least have a Chronosphere ready once again now. And Massacre looks like he does want to go for that. Well, we'll see if it's gonna be Refresher or Orchid. To be honest, I'm hoping for Orchid more just because he wouldn't have enough mana for Refresher unless somebody provides Arcane Boots mid-fight, but that's just not reliable by any means. They don't even have Arcane Boots, so it's impossible. Not only is it not reliable, it is impossible! Graphs once again going up towards XX5, but this late, 50 minutes in, I guess they don't matter that much. It's all about execution now, it's all about the ultimates for BBC. Can they hold on? Can they fight into the multiple lives of XX5? If they get the troll into a chrono and, well, some other hero so that they themselves don't get locked down too much, they need the focus fire there as well, I think. Midnight Pulse would also be excellent if they can have it. 4.1k on Madrina now. Oh, God, they get the swap. Immediate reverse polarity though. He was planning it anyway. Chronosphere not gonna come out. Massacre didn't activate the BKB. Stone Gaze twice sometime, but he goes down anyway. No buyback. They're gonna get Lion, so... It's, or are they? Lion does go down in the end. Now Undershock stunned up twice. Nice effort from the low ground though. They're gonna have to back off. And there's Hook. Oh God, no. Hook has to survive. A few more right clicks. Mech saves his life for now. Troll, he's gonna get slowed down by the Skadi. Massacre, why did you not BKB tie? He's gonna doom up. Yapster. Yapster does have buyback even if he does die. Doombringer dropping extremely low as... Whoa. Man fight. Troll Warlord. He's losing the fight. Satanic already used. Hook comes in. He gets the kill. Troll down. Yapster, is he gonna lose his life? I think so. Might get denied. Deny him? Yes, deny. But Troll, he might be forced to buy back from this. Magnus barely makes it out. It would have been a perfect fight. It would have been like a minimum 2-man Chronosphere had Massacre just popped this BKB. Always pop BKB when you jump into a Lion, guys. Just do it. Maybe if he had gone for like an immediate Chronosphere, could have still made it out. But that was a huge mistake. But even with that, they do barely make it out. Nice swap to begin things from Vengeful. Yes, the reverse priority follow, but it didn't lead up to any kills. Yapster did buy back maybe a little bit prematurely though. I mean, what were they trying to accomplish with this? To be honest, I think they have to force the buyback control. That's like their best way back into the game, especially considering that they themselves don't have buybacks. Medusa will have one soon enough, but won't have Boots of Travels to follow it up. And Troll, oh God, Rapier purchase. So, if they don't force the buyback, he's gonna have a Rapier plus buyback. That's gonna be devastating for BBC. They are still a racks behind and still going high ground is scary. Doom. The first Doom will come off cooldown in 15 seconds though. And they have all of their ultimates. They have the Stone Gaze, Black Hole, as well as that Chronosphere. But 37 seconds. I think XX5 they're fine giving away 1 racks. It's not that big of a deal. Padrino not bringing it down that fast either, so I don't think they're going to be able to go for double racks. Mana drain just from solo, that's funny. But there's no Roshan for BBC to take, unfortunately, so they get the melee racks, they back off for now. They're going to play it safe, but BBC, they're under so much pressure just not to get initiated too heavily by the Doom. And Troll, of course, I mean, still hasn't gone fine enough for Boots of Travels, but it's going to have enough for Boots of Travels and buyback soonish anyway. With this though, with this Divine, if ever anybody gets caught, they're dead so fast when the battle trance is there. He's hitting for 600 damage pretty much if the pack leader's aura is there as well. It's guaranteed 600 plus. He's already hitting for 605 damage, to be honest, so... Then again, if they can get the kill on the troll, if they can get their ultimates going for BBC, and lock down enough of XX5 heroes, and get the rapier for themselves, especially on the Medusa, it might just go the entire other way around, but troll with the empower, my god! Even without the pack leader's aura being there, he's hitting for about 8 or 700 damage, excuse me, but that's cleave. That's 50% of that is cleaving. They just need to lock him down. There's no two ways about it. They need to shut him down. To be honest, Stone Gaze isn't even going to be fast enough before Medusa dies to that. When the battle trance is there, I'm not entirely sure if it will be. Medusa though, they only want to have buyback. I still think Enigma could have held on to his own. Because it's not like they forced that much. They got the melee racks, and I would rather have buyback than that melee racks down, I think. But man, what a series this is. Both games have gone for like 45 plus minutes. I'm not entirely sure how long the first game lasted in the end, but... Well, it was 55 minutes with the draft, so I guess it was just about 45 minutes. But everybody's waiting for buybacks. Oh, Earth Spike does trigger the Linkens, that's about it. Does blink out before he gets damaged himself. So Lion will be safe for now. Padrino getting close to getting 6 slotted himself and still having buyback all the while. At the moment though, buyback plus Boots of Travels probably in the back of his head. What do you even go for next? Do you also build a rapier? I think it might have to happen. You just need a little bit more damage. Last fight, so many heroes escaped with such low HP. As Magnus now has picked up a Oblivion Staff, 2.9k. So Refresher Orb, if he doesn't want to save for buyback, isn't all that far. Boots of Travels now is there on Medusa though, so that was the choice for her. Definitely not bad, just extra movement speed also can help out in certain situations. Witch Doctor, oh, still holding on to the cheese. Blink, Aghanim Scepter still has the gem as well. Oh, this game, guys. Faces Void though, no buyback, no damage or item progression at all. If we take a look back at the net worth, it's just BBC. If they only had like one, or Faces Void having more items, more damage. Then again, Wind Ranger, he's doing some pretty decent damage herself already, in all fairness, especially should the Vengeance Aura be close by Illusionist. Oh, bottom lane, they get Lion. That's a good kill. No Stone Gaze was necessary. Massacre, they might be in trouble. Oh, Chronosphere catches too. If they get the kills here, it's going to be massive. Doombringer, he is pretty tanky by the looks of things, but reverse polarity will buy some time. Doombringer still drops low. Can he get off an ultimate? Nope, Magic Missile there. Massacre does go down. Padrino trying to fight, but it's not nearly going to be enough. Illusionist, nice swap out. They need the Shackle Shot. Black Hole catches one. Kingar will not stop it. Goes for that Aghanim Scepter. Death Ward, but it's not going to be enough. Buyback from Troll immediately. But Rapier, who has it? Oh, Padrino got it. Nice swap from Illusionist. For a second I thought it might be disastrous, but this Chronosphere, Faceless Void. What a timing. Reverse Polarity even came out, but Doombringer didn't get to use a single Doom there. And oh, Yapsor disconnects. What a time to DC. What game. Oh, BBC. Oh, I just love every single BBC game. It's just a joy. And of course, combo that up with some CIS teams, which XX5 is. Russian team should be full out, I think. Maybe some Ukrainians there as well, but Yapsor already back in the game. Roshan is up. What a perfect timing for that. Witch Doctor could buy back if he really wanted to. But Lion is dead. They don't have reverse polarity. They would have an Hex. They would have double Doom, so it could still be doable, but BBC, just please, for the love of God, go check Roche if you want to win this game. They do have the Focus Fire, of course. Daedalus up. Buyback status should be a little bit prettier for them, and they know 3 buybacks were just used for XX5. Then again, they don't have a Black Hole, so maybe that's like putting things off a little bit as well. But it's Hook solo doing Roshan at the moment. Damage is still pretty nice, but with the minus armor now coming in. Wow, 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 holy crap! Look at the difference the minus armor made. It's like Hook, it took him, let's say, 8 seconds to bring Roshan down to half. Then the minus armor came and the rest of the half went within like 2 seconds. Focus Fire with a Daedalus as well as a... Well, Aghanim Scepter is necessary there, of course, but Daedalus plus Monkey King Bar. Lots of procs to come. Should maybe back off, get mana back to ensure that you have full mana pool. At the moment, I think that's what they should do. Buybacks, it's still only Padrino as well as the Vengeful to have it, but Padrino with the Rapier is that much scarier now. Especially since Troll himself does not have the Rapier, of course. But we do have a Refresher Orb now. I mean, there's no buyback on Undershock anyway, so you might as well. So double RP, it's just, it must feel so bad for the others who just don't have those mass teamfight ultimates. They're like, yeah, we just kind of have to live at the mercy of those who have those ultimates. Because this game, it's all about how well the ultimates come out from either side. Hook gets himself a nice regen rune. Doesn't have to go all the way back home after all to regen his mana up to 3.2k as well. Does have now buyback. Yapsor will have his buyback off cooldown still. That isn't going for the Hex because buyback is one of the most crucial things to have in this game at the moment. Oh wow, 34 to 35. Look at the graphs. 10k. It's a 25,000 guys. 25,000 XP swing. Net worth, not the big deal at all. Only 3k difference, but this XP, is anybody level 25? Yes. 3 heroes level 25. Magnus, Troll, as well as that Wind Ranger Patrol. He's been maxed out, or well, close enough to maxed out for quite some time. Maybe the Rapier was a mistake. Maybe just could have picked up a Daedalus and still have the desired effect. Arguably, yes, he completely mowed through the Faceless Void. Last hit numbers though, 528 for Medusa, 495 rather for the Troll. I have to say, those boys know how to farm Medusa by far. Holding the Rapier, #1 Massacre. Time walks into those trees. They're gonna TP out now, they're gonna play it extremely safe. I wouldn't be like horribly surprised if they waited for another Roshan to get like G's or another Aegis. This Aegis will expire. Well, they have another 2 minutes, 40 or so seconds. So to be honest, they have plenty of time to make their next move. 8.2k on Pedrinho. Buy a backup Rapier. I think that's the plan. Buy a backup Rapier. So if you buy back, you can pick up one from your base and Boots of Travels in and still dish out the damage. Because what else would you do with that? If you just save that gold, I think it's going to be a massive waste. Boots of Travels at the same time picked up on Wind Ranger. So how many do they have? I believe 3 sets. Yes, 3 sets of Boots of Travels. Illusionist also has buyback, I do believe. Yes, it does. So Faceless Void, the only one, still needs a little bit more gold, and I don't think he's gonna buy up a item at all before that. To be honest, with 17 Magic Wand charges, he would even have enough for Refresher Orb. Especially should he be level 25 and get extra stats, but racks down. BBC, they don't care about other sets of racks. It's tier 4 times. Oh man. Is this the game deciding fight? There are still no buybacks on XX5 cores. Malphite was used on somebody. Lion jumps in, but he's just gonna die, or is he not? Ghost Scepter buys him the time needed to escape. Undershock comes in. Linken's is popped. If he gets doomed now, it might be disastrous. Stonegaze is popped. They just want to go for Ancient. They're buying the time. Glyph is coming out. So no Stonegaze. Do they go fight Doombringer? In some trouble. Gets stunned up as well. No BKB. Black Hole. It's gonna come onto Reverse Polarity. It's gonna connect onto. He needs more. He's not going to be able to... Oh, the second one catches free though. Beautiful stuff. They need more damage buyback on the Enigma. Where's the Chronosphere Massacre? Finally going to come in. Gets the Chrono. Saves Padrinho for now. They need more damage. They need the Midnight Pulse. They need stuns. They get the stun on Troll. They get him down. No buyback. Undershock gonna be the next one. Doombringer is alive, but no Dooms anymore. This is GG. Ancient goes down. BBC. They did it. They came back for the second game in a row. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. What games did we have here? Massacre a little bit late to the party, but better late than never, guys. Better late than never. And it's just the fact Troll, Doom and Magnus not having buybacks. BBC knowing of that fact. Great Black Hole, of course, as well. Yapsor, well done, sir. I salute you. Overall, BBC as a team, well performed, hanging through, surviving the onslaught of the Troll, who was like at 22 plus K net worth, where Padrinho on the Medusa was 13,000. They had double Dooms so early, but just couldn't get off those Dooms early enough, fast enough. So BBC, they do advance. And, well, good luck for them. Well played. I'm just speechless. Excellent game. So happy to have casted this. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this game as well as the cast also. And if you did, be sure to check out HeflaTV for more content. It is HeflaTV on both Facebook as well as Twitter. And for myself personally, at Coucher. But with this, I bid you farewell for today. And hopefully... we're gonna see you another time.